Hello everyone, my name is Matt Scorpion and welcome back to Destiny 2. So, Reset is here once again Tuesday, a obvious community challenge has been announced, and a various amount of other things. So, I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of not up to date with how long we have left in the season. So, as of this reset, we have a total of 2 weeks until the season rotates into the last season before Lightfall. And still have no idea, at least personally, I don't have any idea what's going on next season. So aside from that, the freshly launched community event, if you were here during Season 9, which was Season of Dawn, this is a lot like that, where it's basically a community donation thing. Now, I'm going to be blunt, it's basically a variety of things you have to base. When you visit it, it will tell you. Collect Captain's Coins, that's the thing, from Catch Crash, Expedition, Destination Chests, Lost Sectors, Public Events, Dares of Eternity, and the King's Fall Raid. And donating those Captain Coins here at the donation chests help Mithrax and Spider improve the Elixir Quarter. So that is the idea. Last time it was rebuilding Trials. This time it is rebuilding the Elixir Quarter to basically make it more of a home for the Elixir story-wise. Now they tell you right here, here's where you would donate, that's the button. And in terms of personal rewards, you get little bits and things here and there. But basically to get everything, you have to donate a total of 2,400 treasure. Now, I don't know exactly, I know I saw a post somewhere that tells us exactly how many coins come from each activity. Now, if I recall, you get 100 coins from killing Oryx, that was one of those things, so just kill Oryx 24 times, and you'll be good. But aside from that, there's of course other different things. Here's the full total community goal of every sort of step, 40 million, 80 million, 140 million, 200 million, 260 million, 320 million, and then 400 million. That is basically, you know, a large grouping of the Elixir Quarter actually being rebuilt. And there's little things given any day. The ability to donate seasonal Plunder Mac fragments to the donation chest, and donate season Plunder treasure coordinates, donate destination materials in case you have no reason for them since they're going away after this season. The ability to purchase Elixir Quarter gift boxes from the donation chest, which is this, in case you wonder what come with them. And then as well, unlocks a chance per Elixir Quarter gift box drop from completing strikes, then from Gambit and Crucible. So, there you go. Basically a nice way to farm out some stuff before the next season begins. But aside from that, it is the usual resets. Now, going about the world. So, of all the things currently, I know the Light Blade is currently our strike. Now, going through everything, yeah, pretty much it's Light Blade as usual. All the sort of difficulties of a GM Light Blade and that sort of thing. So, basically running to it. Enhanced Radar, while also increased melee damage. Barrier Unstoppable Champions. Chaff for no radar. Grandmaster modifiers of the usual variety. Match Game, Equipment Lock, Extinguished, and Limited Revives. As well as Mob Champions. And then, getting into it, it is currently Shielded Foes with Arc and Solar Shields. With an acute Arc Burn, which makes Alakul hurt a lot. Now, I will be honest, it's not the last chance, but it's the last chance this season currently. It is currently Adept Mindbender's Ambition available from Nightfalls. So if you wish to get your hands on an Adept version, now is the time to do it before Lightfalls rotate this season. And full honesty, it could be available next season on a much easier strike, but at the same time, some things are gone. I'm pretty sure whatever was leaving the strike playlist might already be gone for the season. So this is currently you can get it if you want it. It'll be easier for you in the long run, but it's not required to get just yet. Then, into the rest of the world. Nothing new for Gambit, as usual. Iron Banner was last week, so no more Iron Banner until next season. Which, following their streak, we might have an Iron Banner within, like, week 3 of the next season. So it won't be gone too long. Maybe just a month's worth of weeks. Then, as usual, Rift is our rotator thing for now, as well as Crucible Labs still going for zone control. And that's pretty much it there. And for the rest of the world, I do know Vault of Glass is currently our rotation raid, which means Vault of Glass Master Mode is back with mobility-focused armor, and of course all challenges, so all of the time-lost weapons are available from Vault of Glass. You just have to complete each and every challenge on Master Mode. And lastly, for our last rotation thing, it is currently the Pit of Heresy for our Pinnacle and Farming. So if there's anything heretic-wise that you wish to get, now is the time. Now, into Dares of Eternity as well for our Master Mode loadouts. I still have to finish some of these. Cabal, Taken, and Crota for our Legend Mode Dares of Eternity thing. I should probably just finish it out. That might actually help me. And aside from that, that is everything there. Now, into the Throne World for Vow of the Disciples. Currently looping Catalyst Challenge, which is Rolk Challenge. Basically, never lose the leeching effect. As long as you only have to break the crystal and gain leeching effect once, you are fine. And for the weekly mission in the Throne World, it is currently the Cunning, which is that annoying one with the annoying Scorn boss and the Ahamkara illusion. Kind of a more annoying mission, if I recall, on higher difficulties. Now, into the seasonal stuff. Now, it is currently the moon for the Legendary Psyops Battlegrounds, and for our rotation boss, it is currently Skiffix, which, if I recall, is Rotating Shield Trip Mine guy. So if you need to farm this out on Master Mode, that's probably the hardest one of all of the bosses to, you know, go for, because, man, is those Trip Mines annoying. But aside from that, that's pretty much everything out in the world. Like I said in previous TWABs, we don't have any more seasonal challenges just because we only get 10 weeks of seasonal challenges. So if there's anything else left in the season that you want to complete that are just cosmetics, here's the time to do it. Because I will also warn you, with every season, they will keep the things that will give you the seasonal thing, like the thing for upgrades. Like last season, it was the Umbral Shard or whatever it was. During Season of the Risen, it was War Table upgrades straight up. And then this season, it was the upgrades for the star chart and all that. Any of those will stay. You'll still be able to earn them and upgrade the things in past seasons. But anything that's simply just Bright Dust and various other things, Bright Dust XP, a weapon reward, a shader, something like that, those will all be going away. So I recommend if there's anything you want to get your hands on before the end of the season, do it while you can. And aside from that, visiting Banshee for our weapons, and then that'll be it for the event stuff, and then it's into the Eververse. So that's not right. There we go. For our kinetics, we have Ragnhild Hill D, a weapon I just got to drop. Dual Loader, Adrenaline Junkie, not the greatest roll, and not the great, well, some of the better barrel perks. Accurized rounds for straight up range, Full Choke for better spread, but at the same time, this is a crafted weapon, so honestly, if you wanted a good kinetic shotgun and wanted to go with that, I would just recommend crafting it instead. Boudica C, another Hake kinetic pistol. It's been called the John Wick gun because it's a tiny little 9mm that kind of looks like a, I want to say M9 Beretta, but a compact version. But at the same time, there is some decent perks on this, although it is more of a crucible-focused gun, per the usual, because, you know, sidearms and sidearms, but a pretty decent roll, just not craftable. And that's pretty much almost the same thing with the next two weapons. Contingency Plan. There's some great rolls that can happen on this. This is definitely a crucible gun. Outlaw Kill Clip. Might sound PvP, but Outlaw makes it a lightning fast reload, and Kill Clip makes this thing 3-tap, and when this thing fires, like peep, 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 3 taps are very, very quick kills. So I would definitely recommend that one for some folks looking for good Crucible Crucible Scout rifles. Then as well, Fugue 55, while this one is more of a PvE roll, I do know this thing has some decent PvP rolls, and with Throw Synergy, it definitely makes it a little bit better for PvP-wise, just because the perk, how it works with bonus handling and reduced flinch. Now, the next two weapons, I will say, both of these, not the greatest. Focus Fury is good on the Taipan, but both of these guns, the Palmyra and the Taipan, both of these are pretty decent for damage rolls, whether it is something like a Izanagi Hot Swap Palmyra setup or just a straight up DPS Taipan. Both of these guns are good, but both are craftable. I would recommend that people, if they just want a god roll for these, they just make them themselves and then pick exactly what you want on it. Now, aside from that, it is time to see what Eververse has. Now, I will say the usual spiel. Anything in the Eververse store that is currently in the main page of this season, this will go away at the end of the season. Will it be gone forever? No. Will it be immediately available after the season ends? Also, possibly no. Because if you take a look over here at the archive, basically, if you want to look, this bundle came out during Season of the Risen, the first launch season of Witch Queen. It is back, and as well as a majority of the other things that came out at that same time. But at the same time, it was 2 seasons later that it came out. Now, this won't be available next season straight up, but will be available during Lightfall, more than likely. But there is also a chance that most of this will also roll around into Bright Dust. So whether or not it's the exotic ornaments, weapon ornaments, emotes, whatever you want from this season, I recommend you get your hands on them as soon as possible. Now, into the main tickets, things available for Bright Dust, free to buy, technically. Polished Sea Stone Shader from Season of the Undying, which is you know, not too bad. I think a little bit better on weapons, just not this weapon. Then, as well, Daito capsule entrance. I swear I've talked about this so many times. You just pop out of a pill. Then, we also have Aoki Foss SL65, which I remember running this on my Hunter because this looks very much like a Hunter ship. I know it was supposed to be like a sort of Formula 1 set during Season of the Splicer, which I won't lie, it still looks very fast, very sleek. I recommend for the Hunters and all the Grasshoppers. Then we also had the Grasping Thoughts emote from Season of the Arrivals, which I believe is just an Iris Morn emote, which, you know, pretty simple. It's not much to it, but, you know, that was it. Then into the main store for our shaders. Vibrant Beach. And was it Breach? You know, it's kind of beach tone. But, I mean, yeah. Best way to put it. Then we also have Bruised Blush, which is, if I recall, also, it's purplish pink. And then we have Grayscale Undergrowth, which, if I recall, is Earth Tone. Man, there are some pretty drab color combinations. And lastly, we have Trinity, which I recall being decent. Yep, not too bad. Nice little silver look, green undertones. Pretty simple, pretty straight up if you want some color. Then, for our shaders, we have Celebrate Newness, which is from Season of the Worthy. Or, no, that's Season of the Warmind, which is, you know, fireworks and all that. Then we also have Signal Process from Black Armory, which is Black Armory Radiance. And we have Signal Intercept, which I believe is just Black Armory Radiance changed colors. Aside from that, we have Swab the Deck from this season, which is just you with the Colonel on your shoulder and you doing a Pirate Sweeper bot. Because, you know, we need more than one ways to sweep up things, apparently. Now, we also have No Signal, an emote from Season Splicer, which is pretty much you trying to get signal on your phone and failing. But then we also have Motive Force from Season of Dawn, which this was a part of the Cabal look. This one was a Sparrow that looked like a Cabal Thresher to go with the ship that looked like a Cabal Thresher. Then we also have Heliotropium, which is a ship from this season, which I believe was from the solar-powered set. It was hard to tell from the picture, but it is definitely an interesting looking thing, definitely sci-fi, definitely futuristic. Now, another thing to pay attention to, the Nightly Noir Helm. Basically, if you wanted the Bright Dust set for the Eververse set, the Fortnite stuff, if you want to get them for free without buying them, it is the helmets on all three of the character varieties, Hunter, Warlock, and Titan. So if you wish to get your helmets for free without having to buy them, now is the time. I would recommend that anyone that actually wants them, get it. And End of an Era, another one of the great looks for Last Word. Now, if you don't know what's special about this one, take a look closer. It is at Last Word almost as usual, but when you look more in detail, there's a pretty large hammer in comparison to the usual, as well as a plunger, making the last word from a Wild West revolver to a flintlock pistol to go in tune with the pirate theme, which another case of I love the look. It looks great. And before I get into this, lastly, we have a lantern projection. But per the usual with the last word, it gets some of the greatest visuals in the game. If we look at its first one, Laconic, it's clean. It's pretty old style Western looking. It looks great. And then the next version we got of it, which one was it? No, not that one. Not that one. No. Where is the last word? Let's see. Thorn. Let's see. Luminous. Ace. Let's see. Crimson. The very next one we got was Heated Exchange, which is the Obsidian Glass Damascus look. This looked awesome. Probably one of the best that we'll ever have for any sort of kind of weapon ornament. And then immediately after that, well, I don't know immediately, but I feel like there's some missing here. Hang on. Let me do what I usually do. Let's see. So last word. Right. So we had that one, Heated Exchange, the one that came out with 30th anniversary, the Stagecoach, which looked pretty cool. It's a little bit thematic. It's not that complicated. It adds a little skull and a different color gradient to it, but it looks good. And then at the same time, End of an Era, Flintlock Pistol, great look. But, you know, there's still so many other great looking last word ornaments. They keep making good ones. How are we ever going to pick between the right one? And with that, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I'll see you in the next one.